Good morning, this is Ian Doyle, Board President of the Board of Pharmacy. I will now call this meeting of the Oregon Board of Pharmacy to order. Today is Friday, December 15th in the year 2023, and it is 8:30 a.m. Board of Pharmacy meetings are conducted in accordance with the Oregon Public Meetings Law. Under the Public Meetings Law, governing bodies are open to the public except as otherwise provided by law. The presiding officer has the authority to keep order and to impose any reasonable restrictions necessary for the efficient and orderly conduct of a meeting. Governing bodies are authorized by ORS 192.660 to meet in executive session in certain limited situations, including the consideration and information obtained by a health regulatory board as part of an investigation of licensee or applicant conduct. All official actions by the board must be taken by public vote, and the vote of each member must be recorded. Remind ourselves of our mission at each meeting. That is, the Oregon Board of Pharmacy serves to promote and protect public health, safety, and welfare by ensuring high standards in the practice of pharmacy and through effective regulation of the manufacture and distribution of drugs. I will now call roll for board and staff. For the record, when I call your name, please verbally acknowledge here. Board President Doyle here. Board Vice President Kat Chin. Here. Board Member Shannon Beeman. Here. Board Member Rachel DePalmo. Here. Board Member Jennifer Hall. Here. Board Member Rosemary Hemmings. Here. Board Member Rich Joyce. Here. Board Member Priya Patel. Here. Board Member Cindy Bifferman. Here. Compliance Officer Joe Ball. Here. Pharmacy Consultant Jennifer Davis. Here. Compliance Director Brianne Effermoff. Here. Executive Director Jamal T. Fox. Here. Office Manager Naomi Graham. Here. Licensing Manager Chrissy Hennigan. Here. Compliance Secretary Elizabeth Stews. Here. Administrative Director Karen McLean. Here. Operations Policy Analyst Rachel Melvin. Here. Board Counsel Joanna Tucker Davis. Here. Here. There will be an opportunity for public comment later this afternoon. Please note that the board will not deliberate items such as formal requests, issues currently under investigation, requests pending before the board, or currently proposed rules during public comment. To sign up to provide public comment, email your request to pharmacy.board@bop.oregon.gov by noon today, or use the sign-up sheet located at the podium in the door. I believe that we anticipate that public comment will be at approximately 3:45 this afternoon. Board and staff, please identify yourselves as board or staff, followed by your last name each time you speak. Please silence all devices. It is extremely important that board members speak one at a time and directly into the microphone. Please limit side conversations as they interfere with the recording. Raise your hand if you have questions or comments. Please note that this meeting is being recorded and retained for public record-keeping purposes. Please separate all recycling and place it in the appropriate bins located by the door to the room. We will break for lunch today at 12:30 and ask the public to leave the conference room at that time. Please note that time change. For the public in the room, we require that you add your name to the sign-in sheet located at the podium by the door. In the event of emergency, please follow board staff direction and exit the building with our group to a centralized meeting area. Restrooms are located past the elevators and to the right. Do we have any interns in the room? None that I see. The board. With regards to the outline for the schedule for today, I need to provide you some additional information. Please. Myself and board staff met yesterday evening to review the rest of the itinerary for the meeting today, and I have some inconvenient truths that I need to share with you all. One, there is a large amount of work that's necessary. I realize that we don't enjoy feeling the pressure of having to get through what appears to be a large amount of work, but we do have significant pieces to move forward. And if we do not move them forward, then we place ourselves in jeopardy of being in a situation where there could be unregulated circumstances. Staff member Davis, can you give are you able to share an example of what would be if we didn't do X, then Y might happen?
So if the board doesn't motion to repeal all the rules, we would have two sets of rules on the books related to pharmacists, which would be very confusing to our licensees and registrants as to what set of rules was in place at the time. There's also some other ones if we don't have a rule at all because we've repealed like Division 19 and there's no applicability rule, it would then remove some of the exceptions that the board has granted to licensees. So we do have to move the rule packages that are on the agenda today.
In addition to that, we have some statutory date limitations with regards to when things need to be filed, etc. And even the thought of having an additional board meeting to complete work is a high improbability to be able to do that. So as such, there are a couple of changes for the schedule today. Number one, we try to eliminate the things that can be pushed down the road. Unfortunately, we will not be talking about compounding today. We are a few hours behind schedule, and that was allotted for 4 hours. There are also a safe pharmacy practice discussion and policy making that will likely have to be pushed to February, and we're trying to keep intact board comments, etc. At the end of the day, running from approximately 4 to 4:30. In addition to accommodate the schedule change, the lunch is being changed to 12:30 to 1 p.m. And we do need to exit the room at 4:30 because of limitations on the access to the room itself. In addition, we really do need to institute a speaking time limit today to accommodate the work that we need to get done. So please limit your comments to 3 minutes per board member for the cases for the issues that we have at hand. Executive Director Fox will be keeping time. At the end of 2 minutes, he will show you the yellow piece of paper. And then at 3 minutes, the red will go up, and then I will be trying, if necessary, I'll be trying to interrupt that speaker, and we'll move on to the next speaker. I believe I've set the stage for the imperativeness of addressing our work responsibilities today. And we now move to let me get the language right. The board will now vote on cases, including proposed disciplinary actions against licensees or registrants, with staff member Efremoff.
Thank you. This is staff member Efremoff. Everyone, just a moment to get organized and ready to transition. All right, starting with case 2019-0636, motion to withdraw October 13th, 2023 motion and issue an amended notice imposing a 10-day suspension and a $1,000 civil penalty per violation for 10 violations, and offer a consent order with a reprimand, a $10,000 civil penalty with $8,000 stayed pending no further violations for 3 years, completion of board PIC training program, and earn and submit 3 hours of CPE in pharmacy law or ethics.
Motion by Board President Doyle,
Second by Vice President Chin.
Member Beeman, no.
Board Member DeBarmore abstained. Member Hall abstains. Board Member Hemmings abstained.
Member Joyce, yes.
Board Member Patel opposed.
Member Vipperman, yes.
Motion does not carry. Member Chin,
Member Chin, when we have an abstention, this board members votes don't count as yay or nay. We have 1, 2, 3 yay, 4 yays. And one, when you said 2 opposed.
a moment while we confer with legal counsel. We currently have 4 yays, 2 nays, and 3 abstentions.
We're talking about that yesterday with the Roberts rules and
6 voting.
that's how we were doing the, it's when we were doing the
We put the voting table.
making.
But she's got
This is Staff Member Efremoff. We just conferred if there is members, it would be the members that are voting. The abstain would not be counted. So we have 6 members voting. I heard 4 yes and 2 no's, just for clarification. For Board President Doyle, is that accurate?
Yes, that is accurate.
Yeah,
Board,
that would carry.
Board Member Doyle, motion carries with Board Member DeBarmore, Board Member Hall, and Board Member Hemmings abstained. And Board Member Patel and Board Member Beeman opposed.
Case 2020-0152, motion to offer a revised consent order with approval to work in a work as a PIC or managerial position.
Moved by Board President Doyle,
Second by Board President Chin. Vice President.
Member Beeman, yes.
Member DeBarmore, yes.
Member Hall, yes.
Member Hemmings, yes.
Member Joyce, yes.
Member Patel, yes.
Member Vipperman, yes.
Motion unanimously carries.
Case 2022-0999, motion to grant request to withdraw notice of proposed disciplinary action and closed case.
Motion by Board Member Chin.
Second by Board Member Beeman.
Member DeBarmore, yes.
Member Hall, yes.
Member Hemmings, just to clarify, this is 0220999 opposed.
Member Joyce, yes.
Member Patel, yes.
Member Vipperman opposed.
Board Member Doyle, no. Motion carries with Board Members Doyle, Hemmings, and Vipperman opposed.
Case 2022-0213, motion to issue consent order.
Moved by Board President Doyle,
Second by Board Board Member Chin.
Member Beeman, yes.
Member DeBarmore, yes.
Member Hall, yes.
Member Hemmings, yes.
Member Joyce opposed.
Member Patel, yes.
Member Vipperman opposed.
Motion carries with Board Members Joyce and Vipperman opposed.
Case 2023-0943, motion to grant CPT license and close with board direction.
So moved by Board President Doyle,
Second Board Member Chin.
Member Beeman, yes. Member DeBarmore, yes.
Member Hall, yes. Board Member Hemmings, yes.
Member Joyce, yes.
Member Patil, yes.
Board Member Vipperman, yes.
Motion unanimously carries.
Case 2023-0841, motion to grant CPT license and offer a stipulated consent order incorporating a $1,000 civil penalty from final order by default in case 2019-0498 and staying $500 pending no further violations for 3 years.
So moved by Board President Doyle.
Second, Board Member Chin.
Member Beeman, yes. Member DeBarmore, yes.
Member Hall, yes. Board Member Hemmings opposed.
Member Joyce, yes.
Member Patil, yes.
Board Member Vipperman, yes.
Motion carries with Board Member Hemmons opposed.
Case 2023-0842, motion to grant CPT license and impose a $1,000 civil penalty for 1 violation and offer a consent order for a $1,000 civil penalty with $850 stayed pending no similar violations for 3 years.
So moved by Board President Doyle.
Second, Board Member Chin.
Member Beeman, yes. Member DeBarmore, yes.
Member Hall, yes. Board Member Hemmings, yes.
Member Joyce, yes.
Member Patil, yes.
Member Vipperman, yes.
Motion unanimously carries.
Case 2023-0898, motion to grant CPT license and close with board direction.
Motion by Board Member Chin.
Second by Board Member Beeman. Member DeBarmore, yes.
Member Hall, yes. Member Hemmings, yes.
Member Joyce, yes.
Member Patil, yes.
Member Vipperman, yes.
Board President Doyle, no. Motion carries with Board Member Doyle opposed.
Case 2023-0571, motion to grant technician license and close with board direction.
So moved by Board President Doyle.
Second, Board Member Chin.
Member Beeman, yes. Member DeBarmore, yes.
Member Hall, yes. Board Member Hemmings, yes.
Member Joyce, yes.
Member Patil, yes.
Board Member Vipperman, yes.
Motion unanimously carries.
Case 2023-0781, motion to grant technician license and close with board direction.
So moved by Board President Doyle.
Second, Board Member Chin.
Member Beeman, yes. Member DeBarmore, yes.
Member Hall, yes. Member Hemmings, yes.
Member Joyce, yes.
Member Patil, yes.
Member Vipperman, no.
Motion carries with Board Member Vipperman opposed.
Case 2023-0735, motion to grant technician license and close with board direction.
Motion by Board Member Chin.
Second Board Member Beeman. Member DeBarmore, yes.
Member Hall, yes. Member Hemmings, yes.
Member Joyce opposed.
Member Patil, yes.
Member Vipperman, yes.
Board Member Doyle, no. Motion carries with Board Members Doyle and Joyce opposed.
Case 2023-0288, motion to impose a $1,000 civil penalty for 1 violation and offer a consent order for a $1,000 civil penalty with $850 stayed pending no similar violations for 3 years and earn and submit 3 hours of CPE in pharmacy law or ethics.
So moved by Board President Doyle.
Second, Board Member Chin.
Member Beeman, yes. Member DeBarmore, yes.
Member Hall, yes. Member Hemmings, yes.
Board Member Joyce, yes.
Member Patil, yes.
Board Member Vipperman, yes.
Motion unanimously carries.
Case 2022-0921, motion to impose a $1,000 civil penalty per violation for 2 violations and offer a consent order for a $2,000 civil penalty with $1,700 stayed pending no further violations for 3 years and earn and submit 3 hours of CPE in pharmacy law or ethics.
So moved by Board President Doyle.
Second, Board Member Chin.
Member Beeman, no. DeBarmore, no.
Member Hall, yes. Board Member Hemmings, no.
Member Joyce, yes.
Member Patil opposed.
Board Member Vipperman, yes.
Motion carries with Board Members Beeman, DeBarmore, Hemmons, and Patel opposed.
Case 2022-1037, motion to close with board direction.
So moved by Board President Doyle.
Second, Board Member Chin.
Member Beeman, yes.
Member DeBarmore, yes. Member Hall, yes.
Member Hemmings, yes.
Board Member Joyce, yes.
Member Patel, yes.
Board Member Viperman opposed.
Motion carries with Board Member Viverman opposed.
Case 2020-0229, motion to impose a $10,000 civil penalty per violation for 3 violations.
So moved by Board President Doyle.
Second, Board Member Chin.
Member Beeman, yes.
Member DeBarmore, yes. Member Hall, yes.
Member Hemmings, yes.
Board Member Joyce, yes.
Member Patel, yes.
Member Viperman, yes.
Motion unanimously carries.
Case 2020-0654, motion to impose a $2,500 civil penalty for 1 violation and probation until 9/1/2025. Must comply with Kentucky order terms and earlier termination only if Kentucky terminates early, and offer a consent order for a $2,500 civil penalty with $2,000 stayed pending no further violations for 3 years, and impose a probation until 9/1/2025. Must comply with Kentucky order terms and early termination only if Kentucky terminates early.
So moved by Board President Doyle.
Second, Board Member Chin.
Member Beeman, yes.
Member DeBarmore, yes. Member Hall, yes.
Member Hemmings, yes.
Board Member Joyce, yes.
Member Patel, yes.
Board Member Viperman, yes.
Motion unanimously carried.
Case 2023-0853, motion to grant registration and close with board direction.
So moved by Board President Doyle.
Second, Board Member Chin.
Member Beeman, yes.
Member DeBarmore, yes. Member Hall, yes.
Member Hemmings, yes.
Board Member Joyce, yes.
Member Patel, yes.
Board Member Viperman, yes.
Motion unanimously carries.
Case 2023-0855, motion to grant registration and close with board direction.
So moved by Board President Doyle.
Second, Board Member Chin.
Member Beeman, yes.
Member DeBarmore, yes. Member Hall, yes.
Member Hemmings, yes.
Board Member Joyce, yes.
Member Patel, yes.
Board Member Viperman, yes.
Motion unanimously carries.
Case 2023-0725, motion to close case.
So moved by Board President Doyle.
Second, Board Member Chin.
Member Beeman, yes.
Member DeBarmore, yes. Member Hall, yes.
Member Hemmings, yes.
Board Member Joyce, yes.
Member Patel, yes.
Board Member Viperman, yes.
Motion unanimously carries.
Case 2022-0870, motion to close case.
So moved by Board President Doyle.
Second, Board Member Chin.
Member Beeman, yes.
Member DeBarmore, yes. Member Hall, yes.
Member Hemmings, yes.
Board Member Joyce, yes.
Member Patel, yes.
Board Member Viperman, yes.
Motion unanimously carries.
Case 2023-0444, motion to close with board direction, and in case 2023-0734, motion to close with board direction.
So moved by Board President Doyle.
Second, Board Member Chin.
Member Beeman, yes.
Member DeBarmore recused. Member Hall, yes.
Member Hemmings, yes.
Board Member Joyce, yes.
Member Patel, yes.
Board Member Viperman, yes.
Just for clarification, Board Member Patel's answer was yes. Motion carries with Board Member DeBarmore recused.
Case 2022-0523, motion to close with board direction, and in case 2023-0171, motion to impose a $250 civil penalty per violation for 8 violations, and offer a consent order for a $2,000 civil penalty with 1,500 stayed pending no further violations for 3 years, and completion of board PIC training program within 6 months. And in case 2023-0172, motion to close case. And in case 2023-0176, motion to close case.
So moved by Board President Doyle.
Second, Board Member Chin.
Member Beeman, yes.
Member DeBarmore, yes. Member Hall, yes.
Member Hemmings, yes.
Board Member Joyce, yes.
Member Patel, yes.
Board Member Viperman, yes.
Motion unanimously carries.
Case 2022-0876, motion to close case.
So moved by Board President Doyle.
Second, Board Member Chen.
Member Beaman, yes.
Member DeBarmar, yes.
Member Hall, yes.
Board Member Hemmons, yes.
Member Joyce, yes.
Member Patil, yes. Member Vipperman, yes.
Motion unanimously carries.
Case 2023-0719, motion to revoke technician license and impose a $1,000 civil penalty per violation for 5 violations with a maximum civil penalty of $1,000.
So moved by Board President Doyle.
Second, Board Member Chen.
Member Beaman, yes.
Member DeBarmar, yes. Board Member Hemmons, yes.
Member Joyce, yes.
Member Patel, yes. Member Hall, yes. Member Vipperman, yes.
Motion unanimously carries.
Case 2023-0940, motion to close case. And in case 2023-0911, motion to revoke CPT license and impose a $1,000 civil penalty per violation for 2 violations with a maximum civil penalty of $1,000.
So moved by Board President Doyle.
Second, Board Member Chen.
Member Beaman, yes.
Member DeBarmar, yes. Board Member Hemmons, yes. I'm sorry. Board Member Hall.
Member Hall, yes.
Board Member
Member-
Hemmons, yeah.
Member Joyce, yes.
Member Patil, yes. Member Vipperman, yes.
Motion unanimously carried.
Case 2023-0802, motion to revoke CPT license and impose a $1,000 civil penalty per violation for 2 violations with a maximum civil penalty of $1,000.
So moved by Board President Doyle.
Second, Board Chen. Board Member Chen.
Board Member Beaman, yes. Member DeBarmar, yes.
Member Hall.
Member Hall, so we're doing first of 08. No,
Member Hemmons is recused.
Board Member Joyce, yes.
Board Member Patil opposed. Board Member Vipperman, yes.
Motion carries with Board Member Hemmings recused and Board Members Hall and Patel opposed.
Case 2023-0802, motion to offer a consent order for a 7-day suspension, a $1,000 civil penalty with $750 stayed, pending no further violations for 3 years, and earn and submit 3 hours of CPE and pharmacy law or ethics.
So moved by Board President Doyle.
Second, Board Member Chen.
Member Beaman, yes. Board DeBarmar, yes. Member Hall, yes.
Board Member Hemmons, yes.
Board Member Hemmings needs to recuse from this case.
What? Oh, we're reading both? Okay.
Consent order, for case 2023-0802, the first was the motion read and then the second was the consent order.
Board Member Hemmons recused. You.
Board Member Joyce, yes.
Member Patil accused. Board Member Vipperman opposed.
Member Patel, I don't believe that you can recuse yourself, having voted on the motion, so rather that would be an abstention. Okay,
All right. Opposed.
opposed? Motion, the consent order for case 2023-0802 carries with Board Member Hemmons recused and Board Member Patel and Board Member Vipperman opposed.
Case 2023-0868, motion to revoke pharmacist license and impose a $1,000 civil penalty for 1 violation.
So moved by Board President Doyle.
Second, Board Member Chin.
Member Beeman, yes. Member DeBarmore, yes. Member Hall, yes. Member Hemmons, yes.
Member Joyce opposed?
Board Member Patel, yes. Member Viperman, yes.
Motion carries with Board Member Joyce opposed.
Case 2023-0711, motion to close with board direction. And in case 2023-0765, motion to close with board direction. And in case 2023-0766, motion to close with board direction. And in case 2023-0767, motion to close with board direction. And in case 2023-0768, motion to close with board direction. And in case 2023-0769, motion to close with board direction. And in case 2023-0770, motion to close with board direction. And in case 2023-0771, motion to close with board direction. And in case 2023-0772, motion to close with board direction. And in case 2023-0773, motion to close with board direction. And in case 2023-0774, motion to close with board direction. And in case 2023-0775, motion to close with board direction. And in case 2023-0776, motion to close with board direction. And in case 2023-0777, motion to close with board direction. And in case 2023-0778, motion to close with board direction. And in case 2023-0779, motion to close with board direction.
So moved by Board President Doyle.
Second, Board Member Chin.
Member Beeman, yes. Member DeBarmore, yes. Member Hall, yes. Member Hemmons, yes.
Member Joyce, yes.
Member Patel, yes. Member Viperman opposed.
Motion carries with Board Member Viperman opposed.
Case 2023-0236, motion to impose a $10,000 civil penalty for one violation and offer a consent order for a $10,000 civil penalty with $9,000 stayed, pending no similar violations for 3 years and requiring all employees review the notice for 3 years.
So moved by Board President Doyle.
Second, Board Member Chin.
Member Beeman, yes. Member DeBarmore, yes. Member Hall, yes. Member Hemmons, yes.
Member Joyce, yes.
Member Patel opposed. Board Member Viperman, yes.
Motion carries with Board Member Patel opposed.
Case 2023-0237, motion to close with board direction.
So moved by Board President Doyle.
Second, Board Member Chin.
Member Beeman, yes. Member DeBarmore, yes. Member Hall, yes. Member Hemmons, yes.
Member Joyce opposed?
Member Patel, yes. Board Member Viperman opposed.
Motion carries with Board Members Joyce and Viperman opposed.
Case 2023-1115, motion to close with board direction.
So moved by Board President Doyle.
Second, Board Member Chin.
Member Beeman, yes. Member DeBarmore, yes. Member Hall, yes. Member Hemmons, yes.
Member Joyce, yes.
Member Patel, yes. Member Viperman opposed.
Motion carries with Board Member Viperman opposed.
Case 2023-0593, motion to impose a $1,000 civil penalty per violation for 3 violations and offer a consent order for a $3,000 civil penalty with $2,000 stayed, pending no similar violations for 3 years.
So moved by Board President Doyle.
Second, Board Member Chin.
Member Beeman, yes. Member DeBarmore, yes. Member Hall, yes. Member Hemmons, yes.
Member Joyce, yes.
Member Patel, yes. Member Viperman, yes.
Motion unanimously carries.
Case 2023-0059, motion to close with board direction.
So moved by Board President Doyle.
Second, Board Member Chin.
Member Beeman, yes. Member DeBarmore, yes. Member Hall, yes. Member Hemmons, yes.
Member Joyce, yes.
Member Patel, yes. Member Viperman opposed.
Motion carries with Board Member Viperman opposed.
Case 2022-0807, motion to close case.
So moved by Board President Doyle.
Second, Board Member Chin. Member Beeman, yes.
Board members DeBarmore, I'm recused. Member Hall, yes.
Board Member Hemmons, yes.
Member Joyce, yes.
Member Patel, yes. Member Whitman, yes.
Motion carries with Board Member DeBarmore recused.
Case 2021-0263, motion to close with board direction, and in case 2023-0961, motion to close with board direction.
So moved by Board President Doyle.
Second, Board Member Chin. Member Beeman, yes.
Member DeBarmore, yes. Member Hall, yes.
Board Member Hemmons, yes.
Member Joyce, yes.
Board Member Patel, yes. Board Member Whitman, yes.
Motion unanimously carries.
Case 2023-0712, motion to close with board direction.
So moved by Board President Doyle.
Second, Board Member Chin. Member Beeman, yes.
Member DeBarmore, yes. Member Hall, yes.
Member Hemmons, yes.
Member Joyce, yes.
Board Member Patel, yes. Board Member Whitman, yes.
Motion unanimously carried.
Case 2023-0013, motion to close with board direction.
So moved by Board President Doyle.
Second, Board Member Chin. Member Beeman, yes.
Member DeBarmore, yes. Member Hall, yes.
Member Hemmons, yes.
Member Joyce, yes.
Board Member Patel, yes. Board Member Whitman, yes.
Motion unanimously carried.
Case 2023-0748, motion to close case.
So moved by Board President Doyle.
Second, Board Member Chin. Member Beeman, yes.
Member DeBarmore, yes. Member Hall, yes.
Member Hemmons, yes.
Member Joyce, yes.
Member Whitman, yes. Board Member Patel recused for this case.
Motion carries with Board Member Patel recused.
Case 2022-0960, motion to close case.
So moved by Board President Doyle.
Second, Board Member Chin. Member Beeman, yes.
Member DeBarmore, yes. Member Hall, yes.
Member Hemmons, yes.
Member Joyce, yes.
Board Member Patel recused. Board Member Whitman, yes.
Motion carries with Board Member Patel recused.
Cases 2022-0939, 2022-0958, and 2022-0966, motion to close case.
So moved by Board President Doyle.
Second, Board Member Chin. Member Beeman, yes.
Member DeBarmore, yes. Member Hall, yes.
Board Member Hemmons, yes.
Member Joyce, yes.
Member Patel recused. Board Member Whitman, yes.
Motion carries with Board Member Patel recused.
Case 2023-0617, motion to close with board direction.
So moved by Board President Doyle.
Second, Board Member Chin. Member Beeman, yes.
Member DeBarmore, yes. Member Hall, yes.
Board Member Hemmons, yes.
Member Joyce, yes.
Member Patel, yes. Board Member Whitman, yes.
Motion unanimously carried.
Case 2023-0978, motion to close with board direction.
So moved by Board President Doyle.
Second, Board Member Chin. Member Beeman, yes.
Member DeBarmore, yes. Member Hall, yes.
Member Hemmons, yes.
Member Joyce, yes.
Board Member Patel, yes. Member Whitman, yes.
Motion unanimously carried.
Case 2021-0426, motion to close case. And in case 2021-0427, motion to close case. And in case 2021-0428, motion to close case.
Moved by Board President Doyle.
Second, Board Member Chin. Member Beeman, yes.
Member DeBarmore, yes. Member Hall, yes.
Board Member Hemmons, yes.
Member Joyce, yes.
Board Member Patel, yes. Board Member Whitman, yes.
Motion unanimously carried.
Case 2022-0528, motion to close case.
So moved by Board President Doyle.
Second, Board Member Chin. Member Beeman, yes.
Member DeBarmore, yes. Member Hall, yes.
Member Hemmons, yes.
Member Joyce, yes.
Member Patel, yes. Board Member Whitman, yes.
Motion unanimously carried.
Case 2023-0295, motion to close case.
So moved by Board President Doyle.
Second Board Member Chin.
Member Beaman, yes.
DeBarmore, yes.
Member Hall, yes. Member Hemmings, yes.
Member Joyce, yes.
Board Member Patel, yes. Board Member Viverman, no.
Motion carried with Board Member Vipperman opposed.
Case 2023-0699, motion to close case.
So moved by Board President Doyle.
Second Board Member Chin.
Member Beaman, yes.
Member DeBarmore, yes.
Member Hall, yes.
Board Member Hemmings, yes.
Member Joyce, yes.
Board Member Patel, yes. Board Member Viverman, no.
Motion carries with Board Member Vipperman opposed.
Case 2023-0835, motion to close case.
So moved by Board President Doyle.
Second Board Member Chin.
Member Beaman, yes.
Member DeBarmore, yes.
Member Hall, yes.
Member Hemmings, yes.
Member Joyce, yes.
Member Patel, yes. Member Viverman, yes.
Motion unanimously carried.
Case 2023-0637, motion to close case.
So moved by Board President Doyle.
Second Board Member Chin.
Member Beaman, yes.
Member DeBarmore, yes.
Member Hall, yes.
Member Hemmings, yes.
Member Joyce, yes.
Board Member Patel, yes. Board Member Viverman, yes.
Motion unanimously carried.
Cases 2021-0332, 2021-0589, 2021-0616, 2021-0621, 2021-0660, 2021-0698, 2021-0708, 2021-0767, 2022-0748, 2022-1010, 2022-1011, 2023-0078, 2023-0079, 2023-0573, 2023-0577, 2023-0614, 2023-0731, 2023-0789, 2023-0790, 2023-0803, 2023-0859, 2023-0894, and 2023-0904. Motion to close case.
So moved by Board President Doyle.
Second Board Member Chin.
Member Beaman, yes.
Member DeBarmore, yes.
Member Hall, yes.
Member Hemmings, yes.
Member Joyce, yes.
Member Patel, yes. Board Member Viverman, yes.
Unanimously carried.
Case 2021-0722, motion to close case.
So moved by Board President Doyle.
Second Board Member Chin.
Member Beaman, yes.
Member DeBarmore, yes.
Member Hall, yes.
Member Hemmings, yes.
Member Joyce, yes.
Member Patel, yes. Member Viverman, yes.
Motion unanimously carried.
Cases 2020-0600, 2021-0566, 2022-0005, 2022-1046, 2023-0613, 2023-0619, 2023-0707, 2023-0716, and 2023-0949. Motion to close case.
So moved by Board President Doyle.
Second Board Member Chin.
Member Beaman, yes.
Member DeBarmore, yes.
Member Hall, yes.
Member Hemmings, yes.
Member Joyce, yes.
Member Patel, yes. Member Viverman, yes.
Motion unanimously carried.
Case 2022-1049, motion to close case.
So moved by Board President Doyle.
Second Board Member Chin.
Member Beaman, yes.
Member DeBarmore, yes.
Member Hall, yes.
Member Hemmings, yes.
Member Joyce, yes.
Member Patel, yes. Member Viverman, yes.
Unanimously carried.
Cases 2021-0325 and 2021-0556. Motion to close case.
So moved by Board President Doyle.
Second, Board Member Chin.
Member Beaman, yes. Member DeBarmore, yes. Member Hall, yes. Member Hemmons, yes.
Member Joyce, yes.
Member Patil, yes.
Board Member Viperman, yes.
Motion unanimously carried.
Case 2023-0598. Motion to revoke CPT license and impose a $1,000 civil penalty for one violation and offer a consent order to revoke CPT license.
So moved by Board President Doyle.
Second, Board Member Chin.
Member Beaman, yes. Member DeBarmore, yes. Member Hall, yes.
Board Member Hemmons, yes.
Member Joyce, yes.
Member Patil, yes.
Board Member Viperman, yes.
Motion unanimously carried.
Cases 2023-0714, 2023-0780, 2023-0792, 2023-0830, 2023-0831, 2023-0839, and 2023-0901. Motion to ratify case closure.
So moved by Board President Doyle.
Second, Board Member Chin.
Member Beaman, yes. Member DeBarmore, yes. Member Hall, yes.
Member Hemmons, yes.
Member Joyce, yes.
Member Patil, yes.
Board Member Viperman, yes.
Motion unanimously carried.
Case 2023-0763. Motion to ratify case closure.
So moved by Board President Doyle.
Second, Board Member Chin.
Member Beaman, yes. Member DeBarmore, yes. Member Hall, yes.
Board Member Hemmons, yes.
Member Joyce, yes.
Member Patil, yes.
Board Member Viperman opposed.
Motion carries with Board Member Viperman opposed.
Cases 2023-0407, 2023-0408, 2023-0615, 2023-0838, 2023-0874, 2023-0875, 2023-0876, 2023-0877, 2023-0878, 2023-0879, 2023-0880, and 2023-0882. Motion to close case.
So moved by Board President Doyle.
Second, Board Member Chin.
Member Beaman, yes. Member DeBarmore recused. Member Hall, yes.
Member Hemmons, yes.
Member Joyce, yes.
Member Patil, yes.
Board Member Viperman, yes.
Motion carries with Board Member DeBarmore recused.
Case 2022-0959. Motion to close case.
So moved by Board President Doyle.
Second, Board Member Chin.
Member Beaman, yes. DeBarmore, yes. Member Hall, yes.
Member Hemmons, yes.
Member Joyce, yes.
Member Patil recused.
Board Member Viperman, yes.
Motion carries with Board Member Patel recused.
Motion to accept the items on the consent agenda with cases 2023-0295, 2023-0699, 2023-0835, and 2023-0637 pulled for discussion.
So moved by Board President Doyle.
Board Member Chin.
Member Beaman, yes. Member DeBarmore, yes. Member Hall, yes.
Board Member Hemmons, yes.
Member Joyce, yes.
Board Member Patil, yes.
Member Viperman, yes.
Motion unanimously carries. Concludes our the vote on cases, including proposed disciplinary actions against licensees and registrants.
Board President Doyle, Staff Member Hughes needs to come around and pick up everybody's packets. Thank you.
This is Board Member Doyle. We will now continue rules policy discussion with Staff Member Davis and Melvin. And we will continue this until 12:30 and anticipate taking a break at approximately 10:30. We will be reviewing these in order as is presented in your packet, beginning with Delta 3. Staff Member Melvin.
Thank you, Staff Member Mullen. Again, this is mailing D3 related to Division 80, Schedule 2 prescriptions. This particular proposed rule adds items that a pharmacist may change on a Schedule 2 prescription. This one is to be effective upon filing. Back to you, President Doyle, for discussion.
Board Member Doyle, thank you for the intro. We will resume our round robin for discussion. The first board member that I call on from our continuation yesterday will be Board Member Hall.
Remember Hall, no comments at this time.
Board Member Doyle, I do not have any substantive comments. Member Chin,
Member Chin has no comments.
Member Patel,
So I have comments. One of the public comments is on the prescription. I think if you scroll down, as far as I know, yeah. It's like the pharmacist must document, but then it also says the prescription, we have to write down the date and time. I personally think it's more kind of prescriptive, checking the box. I think it should be pharmacist must document on the prescription, but that D for B and C, that does not make any sense to me. Where is the D on that small d? The C, right? But it says like D for B and C.
Member Beeman.
Remember Beeman, I'm comfortable with it. I do feel that small d is a bit prescriptive, but in the case of controlled substances, we can look at it at a future review if it becomes problematic.
My apologies, Board Member Patel and Beeman. Board Member Patel was asking about location. You started to provide some additional information about the locations of the sub paragraphs. And so I was trying to give you an opportunity to explain that. Board Member Patel, any further comments?
No further comment, it's just too prescriptive.
And Board Member Beeman, any additional comments?
So for the, sorry for the confusion.
Board Member Hemmons,
No comment.
Member Vipperman,
I don't have anything to add, thank you.
Member DeBarmore,
Board Member DeBarmore, if time was removed, is that substantive?
Staff Member Davis, no, that
words, right?
no, because it's all new language, and so you would just not be adopting a provision of that new language.
Okay.
It wouldn't impose like additional fiscal and requirements you're taking away something.
I'm just not sure anywhere in our documentation where we indicate we have to document the time that the conversation occurred, and that it very quickly be overlooked in the processes of all the other things that occur through the day and are documented. To have this one item be different in all the documentations is more confusing and less clear, I think, for licensees. Well, this rule I super appreciate and is going to be so freeing for pharmacists to have this in words. Just that and time, those two words, and time, I think are not necessary and significantly over prescriptive.
Board Member Joyce,
Board Member Joyce, in regards to line 28, we want the word may, there, pharmacist may, is that correct?
Board Member Davis,
We did not propose a change. Must.
We do.
Staff Member Davis, that's the direction of the board, and that would be a substantive change to change that to a must.
Other than that, I have no additional comments.
thank you. We've gone around the room. I understand that there's application for removing and time. I will ask board members if they're in agreement with that. Board Member Hall,
Member Hall, yes.
Board Member Doyle, I'm okay with that.
Member Chin is okay with that?
Member Patel,
Be all right. I'll be okay.
Member Beeman,
Member Beeman, yes, I'm greatly agree with that.
Member Hemmons,
Member Timmons, what was the rationale for having time there?
Board Member Doyle, I can't recall that specifically. Staff Member Davis indicating that she can't remember specifically either. Are there any other board members that can answer that question?
Staff Member Davis, it's just standard of practice is usually document date and time. I don't think there was any further thought given to that. It was just added that way because typically document date and time when you discuss something with someone.
Member Timmons, based on what board member DeBarmore just said, there isn't any place else where time is documented on a prescription. Is that correct? Within the role of pharmacist?
Member Beeman,
Board Member Beeman, it's typically not a requirement to document time. Everything that's required by either our rules or federal rules is date. Time is something that can be added. You could still document time and you wouldn't be in any sort of penalty for doing that. You would just be doing more than what's the basis. But if we mandate time, it can cause other problems if it's not documented in several other ways in terms of just a lot. But what's typically mandated is date, and then time is either a personal preference or a company decision as to how their documentation is standardized.
Member Timmons, thanks for the clarification. I'm fine with it being removed.
Board Member DeBarmore, any additional comments?
No further comments, thank you.
Member Joyce,
Board Member Joyce, I'm neutral in regards to time. It's important to some, but not everyone, I guess.
thank you. Let it reflect on the draft that we'll be voting on, that quote and time, end quote will be removed. This time, I, Board Member Doyle, move to adopt proposed amendments in OAR 855-0800085 as revised to be effective upon filing.
Member Chin, second?
Member Beeman, yes.
Member DeBarmore, yes.
Member Hall, yes.
Member Timmons, yes.
Board Member Joyce, yes.
Member Patel, yes. Member Beverman, yes.
Now move on to package Delta 4 administration of vaccines. Staff Member Melvin.
Thank you. Staff Member Melvin.
You can read the summary. Oh. Staff Member Davis, I'm gonna jump in here. So this is rules related to vaccinations for divisions 115 and 125. Beginning 1/1/24, the proposed rules will permit a pharmacist to administer influenza vaccine to persons who are 6 months of age or older pursuant to 2023 House Bill 2278, and permit a certified organ pharmacy technician or pharmacy technician to administer a vaccine under the supervision of a pharmacist pursuant to 2023 House Bill 2486. Yesterday, you contemplated the rules in divisions 19 and 25 to permit this activity on 1-1. These are the rules that would then permit this activity starting 3-1, as we're going to be motioning to potentially repeal all of 19 and 25, and we would need rules after March 1st. So back to you, President Doyle.
Board Member Doyle, my turn to go first, and I support these rules. No additional substantive information. Board Member Chin,
Member Chin supports these rules.
Member Patel,
Member Patel, I support the rule, but I have one clarifying question. Is there something about the practical training? Did we mean like on-hand training, or what is the practical training? I think it is 855-115-0305. 828.
Board Member Patel, I believe that you're referring to a comment made by the public questioning what does practical mean. If I may, Board Member Doyle, practical would be any education process that would be usually associated with a practicum, meaning that there is a hands-on process where you're not just studying in a book about the vaccination, but you'd actually be practicing the injection technique itself.
But that's going to be, I think the one of the rules we changed to the on-hand training, right? Then it's supposed to be received training. I think we used a different word for that, not the practical training. This is Board Member Patel. That's current rule.
Board Member DeBarmore, we have the same language above in the pharmacist section for administration of drugs. But the pharmacist receive practical training on the injection site or administration of injectable drugs or devices. Same language.
Remember, Patel, I do remember vaguely there was a conversation about it, and I thought it was we decided to on-hand training, but that's fine. That's for clarification of the licensing. So I'm fine as long as everyone understand what practical training is.
Board Member Doyle, it's on record now that we're in agreement that it would be a hands-on experience.
Staff Member Davis, we can add that to the communications that will be going out around the first of the year because it's going to be new. So just to make sure that everybody's clear. I think this is the language that was possibly used in the PrEP Act, and we were using similar language.
Member Beeman,
Member Beeman, I'm comfortable with this one.
Member Evans,
Comment,
Member Vipperman,
Member Viverman, I have nothing to add.
Member DeBarmore,
Board Member DeBarmore, that's nothing to add.
Member Joyce,
Board Member Joyce, no, it appears at this time to be spelled out nicely and succinctly in 5 pages. Looks good.
Member Hall.
Member Hall, nothing to add.
At this time, I, Board Member Doyle, move to adopt proposed rules OAR 855-115-0305 and OAR 855-125-0305 to be effective March 1st, 2024.
Member Chin, second.
Member Beeman, yes.
Member DeBarmore, yes. Member Hemmings, yeah.
Member Joyce, yes.
Board Member Patel, yes.
Member Viverman, yes.
Unanimous carries. We now move to hand out Delta 5, pharmacist applicability, etc.
Thank you, Staff Member Melvin. Again, this is D5, Division 115 for pharmacists. This proposed rule adds new language regarding pharmacist applicability, definitions for CPA, CDTM, counseling, DUR, adds clarified ratios for supervision of interns, and for certified Oregon pharmacy technicians and pharmacy technicians, relocates and reorganizes existing pharmacist rules from Division 19 for counseling, adds requirements for PIC qualifications and limitations, relocates existing CDTM rules from Division 19, and adds rules for CPA to be effective 3/1/2024. And Staff Member Davis would like to discuss OAR 855-115-0001. Turn it over to her.
Staff Member Davis. So based on further internal discussion of the rule notice, as well as public comment received, board staff do not recommend adoption of OAR 855-115-0001 pharmacist applicability. Board staff have proposed additional revisions to this rule in mailing E8 that we will cover later today. Back to you, President Doyle.
Member Doyle, thank you for the explanations. We begin our round of discussion on these OARs with Board Vice President Chin.
I'd like to have the conversation come back to me.
Member Patel.
So, board member Patel, so we are. So it's just only we are going to discuss right now 855-115-0001, and that we are not going to discuss, we're not doing anything, right? Sorry,
Board Member Doyle, I will clarify. We'll go section by section. Please raise your hand if you, or indicate otherwise if you would like to talk about 0001. Seeing none, is there a
0001 was off the table right now.
staff recommendation that they are asking us not to approve it and we have a later package? It's an opportunity for us to ask any clarifying questions if we didn't understand Staff Member Davis's recommendation, or so I'm just giving the floor to the board to make sure that there aren't any questions. Seeing or hearing none, we will, I ask if there are any concerns about or discussion pieces about 0005 definitions. Member Patel.
Member Patel, 855-115-005. Yeah, there is a lot of comments for the clinical pharmacy agreement and the collaborative drug therapy management. My understanding was, and I was reading since November 2022 comments, everyone pretty much saying, do not change anything, just keep the old language. The work group member we had for, I think, 3 or 4 hours, they also said, do not change anything, keep as it is. That's what they said. And, you know, I was always opposed of that work group. I needed the rack for that one. Whenever we do the major rule change, it should be a rack, not the work group. We shouldn't do the work group because it's easy. We have limited resources, so we do work group. So I am going to oppose, and I'm going to say just stay the old language. I'm in disagreement. You can check all those definition and ABP definition, or, you know, the ASP definition, every definition, they're like, this is, just do not change anything right now.
Board Member Doyle, thank you, Board Member Patel. Staff Member Melvin, with regard to the rulemaking hearing comments, is it correct that we only had received one comment from stakeholders on this latest revision of this package?
Staff Member Melvin, if you give me just a moment, I can pull up mailing A and we could take a look, because
Okay.
I cannot recall off the top of my head unless Staff Member Davis.
Staff Member Davis, you know, I collate the comments
Oh,
right
great.
in the rule. We received one verbal comment during the rulemaking hearing. We received one written comment.
A verbal, one written?
Yes.
You.
Two different. One verbal person was different than the written comments.
Thank you for the clarification. Board Member DeBarmore, you had your hand up.
Board member DeBarmore, and if I'm recalling that the person that presented the oral comments was the person who was part of the work group and indicated that the rules that were being presented related to this did not reflect work that occurred. That's what I heard. So that would give me pause.
Member Patel, you had your hand up.
This is Board Member Patel, and are you telling all the comments since November 2022? We have some comments since November 2022 where they say don't change any.
So Staff Member Davis, in the November 2022, I think we received 22 public comments on the proposed rules. The rules were completely rewritten based on feedback from the work group. And then after the rewrite, we only received the one verbal comment and one written comment
Based on this last rule.
based on this current language.
Board Member Patel, I think maybe the licensee get exhausted by writing those comments and how many comments they're going to write and how many times they're going to tell us do not change anything right now. You know, I just said enough, you know, whatever work group, whatever they recommend, everything, it didn't come right on this written rule, so anyway, I'm going to oppose and I'm just going to say, no, we shouldn't change anything. Just keep the old language. Old language are working fine. No need for changing.
Board Member Patel had opened up the comments on 0005. We'll go in our order thereafter. Board Member Beeman.
Member Beeman, if, because this 005 also includes other, like the counseling and DUR definitions that we may need to or choose to carry forward. If we were to strike problematic language from either item 1 or item 2 in those definitions, would those still exist anywhere? Or would they be repealed with what we're repealing? That we would still have a definition on the book to maintain practice as it is?
Sure, Staff Member Davis, those definitions currently exist in Division 6, not Division 115. We only filed these in Division 115 for clarity for the rulemaking so that people could see what's the proposed definition and then what's the rule, rather than proposing it in Division 6 and having it separate. So yeah, and we wouldn't want to motion on this until we complete discussion of all the rules in this package, because this may need to be modified based on that conversation.
Give that clarification.
Member Hemmings.
Member Hemmings, I am lost. I don't understand what's going on. So, is this a new rule or is this? I don't see any strikeouts, so I'm assuming this is the new rule.
Board Member Doyle, this is a revised rule. This is continuing work that we've been doing, and this is the final production that the board has put forward for the public. We received additional comments on these rules in the rulemaking hearing held in November, and now we're making a decision whether or not we want to indeed enact these or if we want to not accept them.
We'll come back to me.
Member Vipperman,
Board Member Viberman has no comments.
Member DeMarmore.
Member DeBarmore. While these two definitions, yes, do exist in 6, the definition of CDTM is very different. So if this moved forward, we would have two different definitions of CDTM.
Staff Member Davis, if you were to move this forward and adopt, I mean, you wouldn't move this definition forward if you don't also adopt the CPA and CDTM rules that are later in this package. We have a rulemaking package to send to rulemaking that would also match the definition in Division 6 to what's proposed here in 115.
Clean up that.
Yeah, to make, so there's no mismatches on the books as of 3/1 when the new Division 115 rules come into effect.
But what I'm hearing is people that are practicing under this feel the current definition is adequate and safe. That shouldn't be changed. Thank you for clarifying that where that is. Just trying to work through my head what the potential unintended consequences of making that change in definition, and is it necessary? And if we're hearing from stakeholders, it isn't necessary. And we did not get any feedback from anyone to say, yay, thank you so much. We so appreciate you making that definition change. Again, it makes me pause. So that's where I'm at.
Member Joyce?
Board Member Joyce, so, reading the definitions for, 1 and 2, it looks clear to me the differences between the two, and one seems to be the umbrella for the other. However, there seems to be a conflict that I'm hearing. And so I'm not ready to move forward with this based on the discussion. Thank you.
Member Hall?
Member Hall. This time for the old language. That's where I'm at.
Board Member Doyle does not have any further comments. Board Member Chin?
Board Member Chin, I'm I don't recall why there was a reason to change the language in the first place. There was something, but I'll keep it in my brain, but there was something that is the impetus for doing the work group, doing all of the stuff. What was the impetus, and what was wrong, what was not done in the initial rule and definitions that we needed to do these updates?
Staff Member Davis, I'll try to do a brief history. This is, like we said, there's a lot of entanglements here. In 2015, House Bill 2028 was passed, and it added the statutory definition of clinical pharmacy agreement to our statutes. The board had written rules previously about collaborative drug therapy management based on the 1980 AG's opinion. And so had permitted collaborative drug therapy management. When we first proposed these rules to the board, we actually tried to make them one and the same and say a clinical pharmacy agreement is a CDTM. CDTM is part of a clinical pharmacy agreement. There was a lot of controversy. We got a lot of feedback in rulemaking. So the board asked us to do a work group. We did the work group, and the work group did look at this like this definition language, and in the minutes, it says the work group discussed and provided comments about CDTM being individual or per patient, and CPA is for a group of patients. So there is a difference between the two. Proposed rule or definitions, because that was the rule they were looking at, provides clarity and alleviates concerns of confusion in the pharmacy community. They believe there could just be a definition for CPA to encompass everything after reviewing the statute. They think it's important to delineate the difference between CDTM and CPA, widen the scope without being so prescriptive, ensure the terminology is used correctly and works in conjunction with the medical board.
And with all that, the current definition doesn't do that?
The current definition is not as clear about it being a pre-specified drug therapy management protocol for an individual patient. It's essentially a prescription written in advance for a patient, where CPA is a much broader thing. It's the difference between saying something like dosing warfarin per protocol, that's that prescription written in advance, versus anticoagulation management for the patient, or diabetes management for the patient, which is a much broader thing that can be done under CPA. Because we have CPA statutes, pharmacists can obviously practice and do CPA type agreements already. The rules were just to clarify kind of the difference and what are the requirements if you're using one of these agreements.
Patel?
Member Patel. So confusion regarding the previous language, who had the confusion? Because clearly the stakeholder is like, no, the old language is more clear. The new language is more confusing.
Dr. Davis, when we convened the work group and we went through the legislative history and kind of talked through the differences in the two concepts, it became pretty clear with the work group that a lot of people had been doing essentially CPA work, but calling it CDTM. And they felt it was very helpful helpful during that conversation that we had really cleared and delineated. Unfortunately, we had originally proposed the rule as, like I said, CPA as CDTM, and they're one and the same, and they asked us to separate it back out and make it two distinct things, because it is two distinct things, but they also recognize that many of them have been doing CPA work, but calling it CDTM.
This is board member Chen. I'm. This language that I'm seeing makes sense to me, but I am involved in EDTM. But I don't know why it doesn't make sense to a licensee.
Member Patel.
Remember, Patel, it does not make sense because our statute, they only have the CPA. They don't have CDTM. The CPA, that's the contractual agreement. That's how the clinical pharmacists, they get paid. And then I know this board is like, we don't care about reimbursement, but if I don't generate revenue, who is going to hire me? That's what it is. That's the question.
Board Member DeBarmore.
Member DeBarmore, that's not the question she's asking. She's asking, how does this impede that? How is this creating a problem for that?
Current language of the CPA and CDTM, both different definition, or are you just saying like just the CPA?
The CPA definition's in the statute. We can't change that.
Yeah.
That is what it is.
Yeah, and then why, so the question is like, why we are changing the current definition? There is no need for change. Because it do impact, with the, the pharmacist can't have agreement with the healthcare organization. Like you have to have your, you can only have agreement with your provider, and they're going to supersede my work, right? But if you have agreement with the healthcare provider, let's say like if you have the clinical pharmacist have agreements with, let's say, Advanced Health, CCO, right? Well, then that CMO is supposed to supervise me, and that's not possible. That's just, they're not going to take that responsibility.
Staff Member Davis for clarification.
Yeah, just one thing. We are talking about definitions, and it feels like we're really getting into the meat of the rule. I might suggest that we maybe skip over definitions, continue through the package, and when we get to that rule, really look at that language. One thing that came out of the work group that we did change based on the work group's feedback was originally it kind of said the clinical pharmacy agreement has to have all of these things. And everybody was like, that doesn't work. This is a payment contractual thing. So we went back, we listened to the legislative history, and there was a lot of discussion that this is all protocol based. And so we added in the language, like you can have the CPA and the CPA can figure out the billing and do all of that. But the protocol that is utilized by the pharmacist must have the following elements. So just kind of, it's a little different. There were massive changes that were made to these rules based on the work group. And we felt like we got it right. We went way down in comments. There was definitely one comment, which, is concerning. And so I definitely do want you to continue to talk about it, but we did make the changes that were requested by the work group and in alignment with the statutory authority and the oral testimony that was provided for when the law was passed.
Makes sense.
Board Member Doyle, thank you for your comments, Staff Member Davis. We're going to move onwards to the next section. I understand that there are concerns with the definition, and there may be advocacy for not approving Para 1 clinical pharmacy agreement and Para 2 collaborative drug therapy management. As we move to Rule 0122, supervision, I ask for any comments on that, beginning with Board Member Beeman.
Board Member Beeman, I am comfortable with this rule.
Board Member Hemmons.
Hemmons, no comment.
Member Vipperman.
Board Member Peppermint is good with this rule.
Member DeBarmore.
Board Member DeBarmore, I'm good with that.
Member Joyce.
Board Member Joyce, in regards to pharmacist, supervision of other, pharmacy staff in this particular section, I'm okay.
Member Hall,
No, I'm fine with this.
Member Doyle, do you not have any additional comments? Board Member Chin,
No additional comments.
Member Patel.
No additional comments.
Move to section rule 0145 with counseling. Ask for any comments within this rule, beginning with Board Member Hemmons.
Board Member Hemmings, um. So it's hard to know because I'm not sure what I'm looking at. We used to be able to see what the previous version was. And now we're only getting the revised version, so it's hard for me to know, like, what was there, what are we changing? Because my question is always gonna be why are we making that change? And I know we've talked about this, I remember this, but I can't comment because I have no idea what's different. So.
Board Member Doyle, normal customary requirements are that we use black-lined versions up until the point that we send it to rulemaking hearing. This is the product that we did send to rulemaking hearing. And so we as a board had consensus, if you will, to send it to that point and get rulemaking hearing comments. There are no additional changes, and that's why we don't have the additional any markings on this. The black lined revised comments would be still available in your previous folder from a prior meeting. So I'm just trying to explain one way that the board is trying to manage the material.
Member Hemmings, so does that mean that this is what we sent to rulemaking? And rulemaking made no changes?
Board Member Doyle, rulemaking, after rulemaking, we received public comment that was delivered in your package alpha, and then board staff, if there were non-substantive changes based off of public comment, then that they deem necessary, including, for example, they've recommended not adopting 855-115-0001. They would present that information to us. Otherwise, seeing no other changes in language here, it's the same language that was sent to rulemaking hearing at the end of November.
Member Hemmings, so just to clarify, this document right here is exactly the same document that we all agreed on, that was sent to rulemaking. No changes were made at all.
Board staff member Melvin, can you please confirm that?
Yes, I think for reference, Board Member Hemmings, the filing might be a better document for you to look at. Give me just a moment. I'll show you what that looks like. Give me just a moment.
Board Member Beeman, in this case, though, the filing is, all new language.
Yes, because
So there is no comparison,
correct.
but this is the language that was voted on in October. And if I don't know the rules, but I have the current counseling rules pulled up on my iPad, if I'm allowed to show her that rather than having her print herself,
Please.
from the board website.
Also, Board Member Hemmings, in the rule summary is where we're summarizing what we're proposing and why.
Board Member Hemmings, move on.
Member Riverman, any comments with rule 0145? Member DeBarmore,
The comments that we received back this time were positive. And so it feels like we've moved in the right direction. I was trying to look quickly through, I didn't find negative comments related to this section for us to consider, so.
Member Joyce,
Board Member Joyce, in regards to counseling, we've had a pretty lively discussion on this, and I like what I'm seeing here. It's what we came up with, so I'm ready to move forward with this one.
Member Hall,
Member Hall, I really like this, so I'm good with it.
Member Doyle, no other substantive comments. Board Member Chin,
Other comments?
Member Patel.
Member Patel, I'm okay with this new one. Yes, we got lots of positive comments on the council, so I agree we are doing the right thing. And just a quick good note, like that's exactly I was thinking about CP and CDTM. No one comment, it doesn't mean everyone is agree because we didn't even receive the positive comment as well for those, so FYI. Thank you.
Member Beeman,
Member Beeman, I'm very happy with this section.
okay, we will move to discussion on Rule 0205, pharmacists in charge, qualifications and limitations. We open the floor for feedback from Board Member Dipperman.
Board Member Bipperman. We've worked really hard on these. There was some comments. I'm good with the language that's in there now.
Thank you, Board Member DeBarmore.
Board Member DeBarmore. Yes, we have talked about these a few times, and I feel like we're still hearing from the stakeholders that seeing the limitations will be very impactful. Did do some research and looking at other states, and this a lot bigger than other states require, and I think it can it may create some access issues. This needs to be part of our bigger conversation around PICs.
Board Member Doyle, for my clarification, when do you need some help putting that in context of when the PIC conversation might occur?
Board Member DeBarmore, I would hope it would be sooner than later, but I imagine it would be after I'm not here.
Board Member DeBarmore, do you have any recommendations for language adjustment here that's non-substantive?
Member DeBarmore, due to the continued concern from the stakeholders around adding additional levels of requirements, my recommendation would be to pause on this until there can be a larger, more robust conversation with stakeholders. But that is my opinion as a person of one.
Member Joyce?
Board Member Joyce, so in regards to this section, we came to a consensus for the number of hours and the 1 year pharmacy experience. It was a big group of us that debated this, and we looked into what was appropriate for someone to be a pick. So we came up with those numbers and the length of experience. And however, the comments are, they have concerns about that. especially in rural areas, and especially when there's gonna be a pick shortage. So are we making this too restrictive? I think we might be, and so I feel like we need to maybe pause on this and, look at it again for, I don't think that we can make any substantive changes at this time, like change the number of hours. So, go ahead. Okay, so those are my comments.
Board Member Joyce, Board Member Hall.
Member Hall. Seems like we should talk about this more. I mean, can we see what the requirements are compared to what's here currently? Is that hard to?
Sure, no, Staff Member Davis, so the requirements in paren 1, so I'm gonna ask that you take this rule apart and vote it up or down section by section like we did yesterday. So paren 1 is essentially the language that we have right now on the books, and that would be in effect from the date the rule becomes effective, March 1st until July 1, 2025. Which is what I think you guys were all just discussing. The changes, and I'm trying to remember this off, go back. The changes that are different from the current rule in the current rule in the books in 19 versus paren 1 is in line 137 and B. It's a PIC course within 30 days, and we had changed that to 90 days to give a larger grace period. And then the requirement for paren C to be employed by the outlet. Those were the two major changes, and I'll double check before we conclude this conversation, make sure I didn't miss that, but I think those are the two big things. And then paren 2 was just accidentally left off when we filed the rule previously. So that's currently in rule that doesn't, so we would like to keep 1 and 2. If the board is no longer in support of the language that you previously adopted in 3, that is already adopted and on the books, then you could vote that paren 3 down, and we could have that discussion like paired maybe with a grace period discussion or something like that. So you have options, but paren 1 and 2 are essentially what's on the books right now with a few minor changes.
Member Hall. So online, are we looking all the way down to like 156?
Yeah,
Which is all that?
156 is the new requirements. The board has already adopted those requirements in rule for effective 3/1/20. Well, they're not. The rules effective 3/1/24, but the requirement for these hours is not effective until 7/1/25 in the rule.
So a pharmacist with less hours is still able to do the PIC training course. It doesn't seem too restrictive. I guess I'm okay with it.
Board Member Doyle, I'm in support of these rules, and Staff Member Davis, can you remind me how long the PIC training course is?
Approximately 2.5 to 3 hours, just depending on the amount of interaction back and forth.
Member Doyle, and how many credit hours of continuing education do pharmacists receive?
We have 3 hours of Oregon CE. It's not ACPE approved, and the course is free and online.
So considering those changes and concerns that we have about the capabilities and with regards to PICS, and my personal evidence of how often how often I think that PICS should be trained. I think that every 5-year requirement is well within reason to serve in such a capacity. Board Member Chin.
Member Chin is not opposed to the language.
Member Patel.
Member Patel, I absolutely oppose to the whole section. Yes, I agree with board member Devermore. We have to have a robust discussion. When we approved this language, it was, which I didn't, which was a year ago, and the landscape of pharmacy is changing every day. There are more closure, more walkouts, not getting enough PIC. They cannot find the PIC. So, yeah, it's changing. So whatever we agreed a year ago, trust me, after 1 year ago, is going to be a whole different dynamic. This is way too restrictive. Like most of the state, they don't even have the pig. This is like one more way to put the stipulation on the pig. So no, I'm absolutely opposed. I don't think so. We should move forward. Thank you.
Beeman?
For Beeman, though I like this in an ideal world, we don't live in an ideal world. And I think we need to listen to the challenges out there. My recommendation would be to in line 1 or sub 1, strike effect March 1st, 2024. Keep the requirements under sub 1. Keep sub 2. I didn't hear that was big kind of contention. And then if applicable, though I agree with sub 3 and wish that could be how it is. With this being restrictive and situation in pharmacy being what it is, we are creating an impossible situation for outlets to staff PICs, and we will just see more and more closures. I don't want to be part of a state that can't have pharmacy care for their patients because we create impossible situations. So if we can strike 3, though I like the language, like the PIC every 5 years training, but for now, strike it, keep it in the back of our mind for that future conversation. That is what I would be in favor of. Thank you.
Board Member Hemmons?
Comment.
Staff Member Davis, what would be most helpful for staff? Continue a general conversation with the subsequent rules in this package, or to actually vote on the rule that was just discussed.
Member Davis, that's complete your choice. The board has been in this discussion. It may be easier to do the motion now than to have to remember in an hour whenever we come back. But that is, I'll leave that to the board president to make that determination.
Board Member Doyle, you had advised us to not take action on 0005 until we had discussion later. So I just wanted to make sure that the shin bone wasn't connected to the ankle bone here, or actually the other way around. So
There are no definitions that would be affected by voting up or down on this rule or components of this rule.
great. Thank you. So believe that we can have a vote on the different sections, section 1, 2, and 3 in their individual entirety. Staff Member Davis, would you agree with that?
Staff Member Davis, yes.
Okay. Speaking for para 1 in 0205, I will go around and ask for a board indication if they want to keep it or strike it. We'll begin with Board Member DeBarmore.
Remember DeBarmore, I would recommend the striking effective March 1, 2024.
Staff Member Davis, is that a substantive change?
Staff Member Davis, it's not a substantive change. It's something that we can done. When we file these, they're not going to be effective till March 1st, 2024 anyhow. So we can remove that phrase.
Otherwise, Board Member DeBarmore.
Otherwise, number 1's already on our books and it's been practiced, so I'm fine with that.
Member Joyce,
Board Member Joyce, I second that.
Member Hall,
Member Hall, yes.
Member Doyle, yes. Member Chin,
Board Member Chen, I'm fine with this language, but I don't see how it's restrictive when we say if you didn't have a year of practice, you do a PIC claim within 90 days of being a PIC. What's restrictive about that?
Board Member Beeman,
Board Member Beeman, it's the part below that is more restrictive because effective.
So we can make that all the way. This looks great.
Right, this is what's currently there and actually provides a bit more leniency with the 90-day versus 30-day PIC thing. So this is where we're currently living with a little bit of more leniency even and, yeah, it's sub 3 that is the issue.
So I'm
whoever Patel,
Board Member Patel, yeah, striking out that one, so that is our current language. But then C, it says like be employed by the outlet, so you have to have employed first, then you can do the big training. I'm just thinking in the case of the out of state premises. I mean, if they wants to do the big training, then they have to be prove that you are employed, then only you can do. Did I understand right? Was some comments previously about be employed by outlet. Just kind of makes me think, but if that makes sense to everyone, then I'm fine with it. Thank you.
Member Beeman,
Board Member Beeman, I am very comfortable with this. I may have misspoken earlier in saying strike sub 1. I intended to say just strike effective March 21st, 2024. So the rest of sub 1 is great.
Member Hemmons,
Member Evans, I don't understand if this is the current rule right now. How does it say the effective March 1st, 2024 change or add more restrictions? I'm trying to understand. If it's a current rule and we're not changing it, why is the effective March 1st, 2024? Why was that there?
Staff Member Davis,
Staff Member Davis, the current rule they're referring to is an 855-019-0300, which we'll be noticing to repeal later in this meeting. So if we were not to adopt this language, we would have no requirements for PICs in the state starting March 1st. The reason March 1st was added was to compare and contrast with the rule in paren 3. So we were saying effective March 1st, you have to meet the requirements that are currently in our Division 19 rule with a few changes. And then effective July 1st, 2025, there's these more strict requirements. So it's just to make that clear. If we were end up removing paren 3, then we don't need the effective March 1st, but we do still need to have some sort of language if the board would like to have any requirements to be a PIC.
Member Vipperman,
Board Member Bipperman is fine with the language.
board staff, is it, Council Tucker Davis, is your recommendation to vote on 1 now, or to wait for further discussion on 2 and 3?
Staff Member Davis, yesterday we waited until we went through each of them and then you just did one motion. I think that would be fine to stick with that pattern.
We will now, ask for, your preliminary indication if you want to keep, para 2 or strike para 2. Beginning with Board Member Joyce.
Board Member Joyce, para 2 is fine.
Member Hall,
Member Hall, I'm fine with that.
Member Doyle, okay. Board Member Chin,
Fine.
Member Patel,
Member Patel. I'm fine.
Member Beeman,
Member Beeman, yes.
Member Hemmons,
No comment.
Member Vipperman,
Member Bipperman is fine with the language.
Member DeBarmore,
For DeBarmore, no comment.
We now move to section 3. For your indication of what non-substantive change, or to your indication of not approving this. Board Member Hall.
Member Hall.
Just strike it.
Board Member Doyle, I'd like to keep it. Board Member Chin.
Member Chin, it would, will be. We can come back to that some other day. Otherwise, I don't think, I'm comfortable striking.
I believe that would be a what is the advice of council with regard to keeping little b on line 60, line 160, but striking all the other text?
Separate, right? Okay, the first doesn't affect the second. I think you do.
The staff member Davis, we believe that you could do that if you wanted to retain effective July 1, 2025. In order to be a pharmacist in charge, a pharmacist must complete a board provided PIC training course at least every 5 years. And that's the way that it would read.
And this is Board Member Chin, the rest of the stuff down below, not to be designated PIC, that's already up above, correct, in sub 1.
Correct.
We don't need it here. So the only thing that we added, it would be the PIC class, which I understood that we had negative comments about, but we're also not doing our discipline.
It appears you're done, Board Member Chin.
And thank you.
Board Member Patel, we have now on the floor to keep it, strike it all, or just keep little b on line 160.
Strike down little b.
So strike everything in para 3.
But you just say little b. No.
There are 3 different recommendations. One would be to keep everything in para 3. One is to eliminate everything in para 3, or number 3 would be to keep everything except, to get rid of everything except little para b. And that would be the only remaining vestige of the rule as proposed.
My choice is strike everything, then I would go with that. Strike whole para 3. Thank you.
Board Member Bean.
When, would vote in favor of either striking all of it or striking all but little b. I like little b. I could vote for either of those, whatever is the majority.
Member Heavens.
Board Member Hemmons, I have a lot of questions, but we don't have time, so you can just move on.
Would your indication at this time be to not approve anything in para 3, approve all of para 3, or approve everything, or not approve anything except for little b?
I can't make that decision.
Member Vipperman.
Board Member Vipperman. I like the language that we have. The reason we put this language in here is to keep patient safety. And I understand the issues around PIC and getting them, but I am concerned about the level of responsibility that we're giving to one person, a PIC, without having the proper education and requirements that we have put forth in here and we have, worked super hard to put in here. I'm good with the language as it stands.
Board Member DeBarmore.
Board Member DeBarmore. I would, support, keeping local B.
Member Joyce. Member Joyce, I support, keeping level, little d and little c.
Little C is already allowed.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm supporting level B, or little b. Board Member Hall, circling back around to you since the introduction of little b to stay was new. What do you say to that?
Member Hall, I agree to keep little b.
Member Henry, can I say something? Can I ask a question? Wait, so does that mean that, the entirety of 3 would be striped except for little b? But does that mean that the pharmacist would not have any requirements for a specific number of hours? All they would be required to do would just be to complete the board training course every 5 years? Is that all they'd be required to do?
Member Evans, we would revert back to para 1, which indicates that they need to complete at least 1 year of pharmacy practice for the board PIC training course.
But in terms of going back to 3, we strike in little a. Oh, okay, or X and big and 3, 148, or no?
Yes, all of para 3, except we would incorporate little e, line 160 into the above text.
Okay.
They're confused. Please. I'm gonna show an
Okay, so the
example. of how it
90-day, would be eliminated.
Correct.
looks.
Oh, not correct. Sorry, it rolled up above. I'm sorry. Staff Member Davis.
The 90-day the requirement to take the PIC course within 90 days is contained in paren 1, so it would still exist.
And that's an extension from the previous 30 days.
Why did we even have 3?
He included 3 because there was board consensus that there needed to be an actual number of hours or practice hours to the experience.
Oh, it's all coming back to me now to leave beyond. Board Member Hammond, yes, I remember. Flashback, I got it. I got it, okay, all right, thank you.
So this.
And times have changed since then.
That's what they were just saying is they should figure out all 3. This becomes your number 3. I don't think we can do that. Because it's also, they're under the impression.
Staff Member Davis is.
Board Member Hammond, I'm not 100% comfortable with striking the hours
That 5-year requirement, they do have.
without further discussion.
It would be 3.
Staff Member Davis, I just want to clarify that we cannot strike the language in paren 3. So paren 3 has to stay as part of, you can't just keep B, because we did not give the public notice that this completing a board provided PIC course at least every 5 years would be effective on 3/1. So that effective July 1 would have to stay. You would keep 1 and 2, and then 3 would read effective July 1 in order to be, you must complete a board approved course. And then we can always do some cleanup just to merge it in. But we just can't get rid of that date because that was what the public was given notice.
This would be the new 3A.
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
Yes.
Wouldn't even it would just be 1 sentence.
Staff Member Melvin. To cycle back up, I have not been able to read any changes that are appearing on the screen in real time. So effective March 1st, 2024, line 133 has been stricken. And then in para 3, line 148 stays, line 160 stays, and everything else in para 3 has been struck out.
Staff member Melvin, yes. So if you are able to look at the screen and the public's able to see this as well, your new number 3, beginning on line 148, would read effective July 1st, 2025. In order to be a pharmacist in charge, a pharmacist must complete a board provided PIC training course at least every 5 years. And then everything else below.
This is Staff Member Davis. When you vote this, you need to be clear that we're not voting to adopt 3A, but we are voting to adopt 3B. And I think there's a C, so you could say not adopt 3A and 3. Can you scroll down?
Maybe a D too.
There's a D.
3C and D,
And then
and then vote to adopt 3B.
Board Member Clemens, so if you're striking little a?
Remember Doyle, little a still remains an effective responsibility in number 1.
Reverend Hemmings, could you scroll that down? So big A, 153 and 157, the reason why we are striking that is because it adds an undue burden for outlets for pharmacists to be able to have pick because there's a shortage. And if we add these additional requirements, it's an additional burden. Is that correct?
Remember Doyle, that is what some board members
Okay.
are advocating for. In juxtaposition to that is the evaluation of how safe a PIC would be able to operate the pharmacy and protect the public.
Thank you.
I, board member Doyle, move to adopt proposed rule 855-115-0205. Para 1, striking out effective March 1st, 2024. Para 2 in its entirety. Para 3, little e, citing completion of a board approved PIC training course at least every 5 years. And not approve within para 3, little a, its components of big A, big B, little c, little d, and its components of big A, big B.
Member Chin seconds that motion.
Member Beeman, yes. Member DeBarmer, yes. Livermore, yes.
Member Hemmings, yes.
Member Joyce, yes.
Member Patil, yes. Member Peppermint opposed.
Motion passes for rule 855-115-0205 with board member Bipperman opposed. We now move to discussion of 115-0315.
Sure.
This is board member Joyce. I thought we talked about a break at the 30.
Sorry, thank you. I've lost track of time. We will, it is now 10:36. We'll take a 15-minute break until.
Could we do a 10-minute break instead? Because we're pressed for time.
Is there any objections to a 10-minute break? 10-minute break. We will resume at 10:46.